Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the SBI Securities Daily Morning Podcast. Today, we will cover global market updates, key corporate development, key economic event to track, key actionable based on fund flow activities, and trading and investment strategies for next few days. Let us check what happened yesterday in the domestic market. So, tracking global market yesterday, we saw Indian benchmark stock indices closing in the red marginally. Sensex was down by 78 points and closed at 65,946 levels, whereas Nifty 50 was down by 10 points and closed at the levels of 19,664 levels. IT and banking stocks were in the pressure yesterday. So key losers yesterday were Tech Mahindra, Infosys, Asian Paint, ICICI Bank, Kotak Bank, Bank of Baroda, Punjab National Bank, Indian Bank, etc. However, as discussed, the stock specific action is continuing in the market. So we saw gains of 10% in Cochin Shipyard. NCC was up 7% on the back of new order. MTAR was up by 6%. APAR Industry was up by 7%. Kalyan Jewelry up by 6%. BSC and Deepak Fertilizer also were up by 6%. So, despite of flattish market, we saw yesterday 169 stocks on the Bombay Stock Exchange scaling a 52-week high. Among the key noticeable in that list is APAR Industry, Varun Beverages, JSW Energy, Kenna Metal, Colgate. All these stocks have scaled 52-week high. At the same time, stocks like Delta Corp and Gujarat Gas were trading at 52-week low. We all know that Delta Corp is going through a massive tax notice, and that is the reason we are seeing selling pressure in the Delta Corp. Overall, 31 stocks were trading at a 52-week low yesterday. Advance to decline ratio was pretty much at 1. So we saw 1803 stocks in a green yesterday, whereas 1861 stocks were in red yesterday in the yesterday's trading session. Let us check what happened in the US and European market. So yesterday we saw all the key indices, Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and S&P 500 were down to the tune of 1.5%. The key reason behind the correction in the US market is so there was a speech from Fed policymaker Neil Kashkari, and he reiterated the fact that interest rate need to remain at a higher level to cool down the inflation in the US economy, underpinned by the resilient US data which is coming. At the same time, there is a concern that US borrowing program need to be extended by 30th of September, and any delay in this may lead to the downgrade of credit rating of the US economy. At the same time, the consumer confidence index data came. It declined again in the month of September, and it has hit the lowest levels in the month of May. US 10-year bond continue to trade at higher levels at 4.55%. Again, this number is highest since 2007. Dollar index continue to trade at 10-month high levels, which is at 106, and volatility index has spurred up in US market. So we have seen during the last 5 days, volatility index is up by 25%, and it is trading at 18.9. So all these factors led to the negative sentiment in the US market, and we saw US market ending in with a cut of 1.5% yesterday. Mimicking the same, we saw cut of around 0.7% in the key benchmark indices of European market, barring FTSE, which was trading flat during the entire day yesterday. Again, coming to the Asian market, so today at 7 a.m., what we are seeing that the Asian markets are also trading in red and are down to the tune of 0.7%. However, GIFT Nifty, which is a barometer of domestic equity market, is likely to open flat at around 19,620 levels. Now let us check what is happening on crude oil prices. So as discussed earlier, crude oil prices continue to trade near $95 per barrel, and this is slightly a concern as far as Indian economy is concerned. From an Indian economic perspective. Coming to the US dollar, USD-INR, again we saw yesterday rupee was weaker to the tune of 9 paise and has closed at level of 83.24. In terms of fund flow, foreign institutional investor were seller for the 6th consecutive trading session yesterday, and we saw outflow to the tune of 693 crore, whereas domestic institutional investor were buyer to the tune of 715 crore. So overall, if I have to sum up from a global market perspective, it seems that sentiments are negative in the all the global equity markets. However, GIFT Nifty is indicating that Indian market may open flat today, and we may see some stock specific action again based on the news flow as well as the key government policies. We have to note that this is a week where we will see a monthly expiry, and till that time we expect market to remain range bound with a volatility in the FNO stocks. Now let us quickly move on to the which are the key news or key actionable based event which has panned out during the last 24 hours. So there is a article in Economic Times stating that Abu Dhabi Investment Authority is likely to invest $600 million in the Reliance Retail business. Kindly note that ADAI has already invested 5,500 crore for 1.2% stake during its round one fund mobilization program in October 2020. So this is again a positive development. So we have seen many large bulge bracket private equity investor lining up to invest in the Reliance Retail, and this is a clear sign that Reliance Retail is likely to is heading for an IPO in the next maybe 12 to 18 months, and that can be positive, can be a value unlocking measure as far as Reliance shareholder is concerned. There is a development on REC and Punjab National Bank. So REC has and Punjab National Bank has inked an agreement to co-finance projects in power, infrastructure and logistics worth rupees 55,000 crore. So that's the positive for both the organization REC and PFC in medium to long term. Moving on to the next development, which is on Vedanta Resources Limited. Kindly note, Vedanta Resources Limited is a 100% owned by the promoter of Vedanta, so it is not pertaining to the listed entity. However, we have seen that Moody's had downgraded the credit rating of Vedanta Resources Limited, and that can have some bearing on the stock prices of Vedanta, all the group companies of the Vedanta in the Indian equity market. So kindly stay away from Vedanta for time being till the time the clarity on the fund mobilization program as well as repayment of debt is very much cleared by the management. Moving on to next development, which is on DCM Shriram. So DCM Shriram unit Fenesta, which is one of the leading producer of doors and windows in India, they have expanded capacity of UPVC at Kota from 8,600 metric ton to 12,284 metric ton. So we will see benefit of the same flowing through over the next 2 to 3 quarters, and that's a positive development as far as DCM Shriram is concerned. Yesterday we have discussed that Century Textile has launched a luxury project, a residential project in Bangalore, and the company has updated that the phase 1 of that residential project has been sold out in first 36 hours, and that the value of that phase 1 is around rupees 500 crore. So that's again a positive development as far as Century Textile is concerned. So there is a development on Poonawalla Fincorp. The Poonawalla Fincorp has gotten permission from Reserve Bank of India, that is RBI, to launch a co-branded credit card in association with IndusInd Bank. So that's the positive for Poonawalla Fincorp in medium to long term. So there is a one development on a small micro cap company which is Raj Nandini Metals. Kindly note the market cap is hardly 250 crore with company with a top line of 1000 crore and PAT of 15 crore. So the company has received order worth rupees 206 crore from multiple companies. So that can be marginally positive for Raj Nandini. But kindly note it is a micro cap and the market cap is hardly 250 crore. Now let us check what is happening in IPO market, which is pretty hot. So today is the last day to apply for the IPO of Updater Services and JSW Infra. So JSW Infra yesterday we saw has already been fully subscribed on the day 2. Valiant Lab IPO will open today. In terms of new listing, we will see a listing of Signature Global IPO and SciSilk IPO. So Signature Global has issued equity shares at rupees 385 per share, and SciSilk has issued share at rupees 222 per share. Yesterday, in terms of demerger, we saw NUAMA getting listed at and it ended lower by 5% at rupees 2564. At rupees 2564, the market cap of the company is 9,163 crore. And kindly note, NUAMA is the wealth management arm of erstwhile Edelweiss, and they manage AUM to the tune of 2.5 trillion rupees. And this industry of wealth management is likely to grow by 3x 4x in the next 5 to 6 years. And all the players like Nuama 361, which is an arm of IIFL, Anand Rathi Wealth Management, all these players will be the key beneficiary of the growth in the wealth management industry. And Nuama is one of the leading player, and this stock should be on our radar. Kindly note, whenever there is a listing post demerger, we have seen that few institution investor who don't want to hold on to stock, they keep on selling for next 2-3 days, and post that we see a buying emerging in those stocks at a lower level. So don't jump into buy into Nuama today. Let the stock settle for in the next 3 to 5 days, and then probably we can take a call on investment in Nuama. Now moving on to the fund flow driven actionable. So we have seen buying from promoters of companies in companies like Venus Pipes, ADF Foods, Usha Martin, and Maharashtra Seamless, whereas we have seen selling by the promoters of the Star Cement. In terms of bulk and block deals, so we have seen hand change to the tune of 12% stake between promoter and many large institution in Voltamp transformer. So promoters have offloaded 12%, whereas institutions have bought the entire chunk from the promoter. Similarly, there was a deal in HLE Glasscoat. So promoter offloaded 3.5% stake, and the entire block was bought by DSP Mutual Fund. So as we have seen during the current calendar year, already selling to the tune of around 80,000 crore has been seen from the promoter, and the entire stake has been taken over by the institutions and retail investors. So let's see. Time will only tell that who is right at the current juncture. But looking at a very healthy inflow for a domestic institutional investor, the entire promoter big chunk is getting absorbed easily in the market. So if I have to sum up the today's discussion, Nifty is likely to open flat today and may continue to consolidate during this week. So this week we will see a monthly expiry, and post expiry we may see some clear direction as far as broader indices is concerned. Stock specific action will continue in the market. Again, reiterating the fact that higher crude oil prices, weaker rupee, stronger dollar index is slightly a concern as far as Indian equity markets are concerned. One can continue to focus on stocks from sectors like FMCG, so companies like Tata Consumer, HUL, Godrej Consumer can be on our radar. Infrastructure, the companies like PNC, KNR, PSP project, so those companies can be on our radar. Companies from power sector, companies from auto, select auto ancillary. So basically, domestic consumption driven companies can be on our focus. At the same time, now many guys are turning bullish on IT sector because of the comfortable valuation. So let's see how this story pan out. We need to be in a wait and watch mode as far as IT sector is concerned. That's all for the day, and thank you and have a good day.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.